This is the picture you were talking about, where Krampus is on the roof.
Yep, that's it.
That looks crazy. The horns are the biggest right there in that shot.
It just looks so like Gears of War or something.
Boom. Krampus. That's another great shot.
That's a great shot, but not what made me go like, oh. Yeah.
He takes kind of like these innocently scary things and treats them very seriously scary.
Yeah.
It seems like.
No,
you've seen Trick or Treat, right?
He did Trick or Treat?
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's weird.
And I have it. Oh, damn it. Matt has it. Good, the bad, and the bloody. I'm Derek Brown.
I'm Cody Bowden.
That was the most comedic, menacing tongue hiss ever.
Yeah, I usually do like a hissing noise, don't I? I don't want to break the streak. I feel like we have to do that now.
We're stuck with it. We done it. We done diddly did it.
But I don't know. That hiss reminds me so much of like Gears of War, because we've been playing that a lot.
Yeah.
I've been playing it a lot, like way too much, man.
It's getting to the point where all around me are familiar faces.
Worn out places?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's the worst.
That's scary. I don't know. It's really funny, though. I just want to say this real quick. So I have, like, a dinosaur of an Xbox, right? I got the Xbox 360, man. Like, I'm not playing this on the new one.
Not like this one.
No.
Mine's the Elite. No. Or whatever they call it.
Well, this is, like, one of the new ones, too. The ones with, like, angular stuff. Mine was, like, the one that came out with, like, 2006 and 5. Like
basically the prototype DVD player.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. The one that, had, like, the HD DVD player attachment in the box, and they scrapped it within the first month of the release. But anyway, my power brick for this has, like, a power, like, on the, you know what I mean, right? It's got, like, a brick. And if you remember the original 360, it was the size of a chihuahua. That's half the size of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But mine is so old, and it overheats so quickly and so fast. And that's how you red ring your Xbox, is if it overheats.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I do is I put an ice pack underneath it, and then I wrap it in a cold towel, and I put 2 frozen water bottles on the side, and then on the top I put, like, a package of peas. So it's just this, like... I don't know, I have it, like, insulated in the corner. Just this pile of, like, melting things. It's ridiculous, man. It's so stupid. Oh, I don't know. I'm just so, like... It's so outdated with the stuff I have now that I don't have the adapter for Xbox Live. I have to run Ethernet cable all the way from my lower house, the lower floors of my house, upstairs into, like, the upper... So it's a 100-foot-long cable going up my stairs.
Good lord.
It's just a fucking mess, Derek.
That's how my cousin has it at our grandparents' house. He has a fucking thing, like, if you go down the stairs at my grandparents' house, that white cable going down the steps, that leads right into his room.
That's hilarious.
And it's all torn up right up the top of the stairs because so many people just walk on it.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day that it goes out and he's home and he just comes out going, what the fuck?
That's ridiculous.
But he's always gone anyway, so...
I gotta ask you a personal question, Derek.
Uh-oh.
What's that in your pocket? Is that chew?
You're the third person to think that today.
That it's chewing tobacco?
It's
electrical tape.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like...
Well, that's gay.
Justin thought it was. He's like, when did you start chewing? And I said, never.
And then, you should take... Let me see it. You should take it out and just be like...
Yeah.
Start smacking it.
Damn it.
Packing it in.
Pack it up, pack it in.
Oh, man.
You know? And then Felicia was like, what's that in your pocket? And I had like $100 in there, so then I was just like $100. And then she goes, what is that in your pocket? And I went, fucking tape. She
You're
goes,
an asshole.
oh.
You should walk around with a box of playing cards and like put it in your sleeve. Just be like, oh, you got some cigs, huh? You got some cigarettes, some ciggies,
some cigarettes,
some fags, and you like pull it out and you're like, nah, man.
Some fags. It's just like, whoa. This is 2015, and I'm just like, no. Fags.
It's my deck of Pokemon cards. Yeah, I don't know. But that's some real shit, Derek. That's some real shit in my life right now. Besides your work and my school, very little is going on that's different, except that I've been playing Gears.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm getting...
We've grown since then.
So addicted to it. Like, I remember why I like the game so much now. I mean, they're making a new one. in next December, not this December, but December of 2016. And people didn't like the last game, which was Gears of War...
Judgment.
Judgment, yeah, that's right.
The controls were all fucked.
Yeah, that's probably why. That did not help. Also, it was kind of like Call of Duty at that point. You know, you can customize your gear to be like fucking bright pink, and it's like, you gotta have a
I could do that on Gears of War 3, too. That's where I first adopted my pink rule. If you can, rock pink, because it's a double burn online when you get killed by Lord Gay.
Dude, when I was... when I played Halo 3, and I told you, like, I made a bunch of accounts just to get the 1 month of gold, right, for free. Mm-hmm. I made an account called Too Many Cocks.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and what was funny about that is that my character in Halo was I played as a female Spartan, so just all pink, female voice. So I died and go, ah! You know?
Why'd you die? Too many cocks.
Just wasting people. And I made like a Hello Kitty like logo. It was fucking stupid, man. That was me as a 14-year-old. I don't know.
And then wasn't it like somebody complained, so you just changed one letter?
Yeah, I got written up. They reported me. They said my name was too vulgar, so Xbox was like, "Hey, we'll let you change your name for free." And I was like, "All right." So I changed it to Too Many Socks. And then now I'm in like game, like, you know, lobbies, just like with my mic, and everyone's like, "Too many socks? The fuck's that mean, faggot?" I don't know why they're automatically calling me a faggot, and I'm just, because they see my mic, because then they know I'm listening, and I just go, there's too many socks, man.
Yeah,
I
blame the economy.
And then at one point, I actually remember before Too Many Cocks, I had Too Many Dicks with just a K, just too many dicks, and it worked.
Oh, okay,
it worked. I don't know, too many. It's just too many.
Just too many. It's a goddamn problem sometimes. That's why we had to bring on a female guest.
Yeah, just breath of fresh air. A lot of shows have two guys. Have you noticed that? It's just two guys.
Yeah.
Almost every show out there is two guys.
My favorite podcast to listen to is two guys. Two
just
Aussies.
Two guys. Think about this, dude, okay? Like, in every form of medium. TV, Seinfeld, it's pretty much just George and Jerry.
Yeah.
It is. It's, dude, Kramer he's the neighbor. He does not matter.
And then Elaine,
it's the throwaway love interest. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. YouTubers, Game Grumps, it's John and Aaron, you know?
Well, it was.
Well, now it's Danny and Aaron. I like Danny, but for his sex bang stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then...
I don't give a shit about Game Grumps.
Psychic Pebbles and whatever, that's Oni and Hellbenders is Oni and Zach.
Which is Chris O'Neill and... what's Zach's last name? I don't even know.
Hadel.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. And then the Fine Brothers are...
Oh, fuck you. Don't even bring them up. Nope.
That's the only other duo I could think of. Oh, Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter of Epic Rap Battles.
Oh, yeah. PewDiePie and his fist. Which he clenches tightly to masturbate.
Just like Alejandro.
Do you think he gives his dick a bro fist?
Just way to go, cock. Dude. And then it's just like, way to go, Pootie.
Apparently PewDiePie has like a video game, like an arcade game. And it's called like PewDiePie and like the Legend of the Brofist or something. And someone on my friends list on Facebook said, "Just got the game. So excited, especially since I'm sick. This is perfect." I unfriended them.
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, I think I did. I think they made an autistic choice. These are all just YouTube, though. What about singers, dude? Simon and Garfunkel. He goes on forever.
Hall & Oates.
Yeah, okay.
McCartney and Lennon.
The Magicians, Siegfried and Roy.
I almost said Copperfield and David. What an idiot. It's been a long day.
Oh, my God. Ah, jeez.
And then
I swear to God, dude, there's so many.
There's too many
movie directors. You know, there's
the Coen brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Two guys. You know, and I'm telling you, man, the world is revolved around just two guys. Two guys make a show. Rhett and Link. I mean, come on.
God damn. Ren and Stimpy.
I've never seen a guy and
Beavis
a girl.
and Butthead. Tom and Jerry.
Oh man, that's so weird.
We need to stop.
That's weird. No, I'm actually. I think we found something. Think about it. Whenever there's a guy and a girl that are supposed to be hosting a thing, it's like the news.
Yes.
What the fuck's up with that?
I've heard that the main dynamic with radios is a guy and a girl.
Nah.
Or two guys and a girl. That happens a bit.
That's always the best, dude. Like, whenever, like, Opie and Anthony have, like, a female comedian on. Like, they had Amy Schumer on one time. Hilarious. Opie and Anthony are funny by themselves, but
It's basically like them. I think what it is when you put two people that usually work together and then you throw in a third person that's just different from both of them anyway. You basically have both of them like riffing, and then the third person as a commentator on it.
What's that one
Which
radio?
makes it pretty funny.
We have
Howard Stern show.
No, on our radios, on our locals, like Mike and Brenda in the morning or something like that.
Sure.
Have you heard that? It's not good.
I listen to the X.
Yeah.
So it's Nick and Big J.
See? See?
And those guys are funny.
Rob Dyrdek and Big.
Yeah, Rob and Big.
I mean, come on. We gotta stop.
If only one of us was a big fat black man.
But Derek.
Unless you think we are.
I am a big fat black man.
Oh my.
I
want to be the big fat black man.
I would not have the voice of a big fat black man.
And another duo before we get into the movie.
last man and man duo.
Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry.
Fuck you, Derek. I'm so glad we're moving on. Speaking of winter, because that SpongeBob episode was
that was in the winter.
Fuck you. I'm transitioning this now. I'm moving on. The best way I know how, okay? So there's a movie coming out.
December 4th.
Yes. And honestly, this movie is anticipating for anything in October. Although, I mean, yeah, it's going to be the horror movie month, but come on. You're really looking forward to anything coming
Crimson
out?
Peak.
Yeah, the Guillermo movie? Yeah.
Del Toro. I just bought Hellboy earlier. I'm so ready for Del Toro, it's not even funny.
That's true. There was another one, wasn't there?
By him?
No, it was a trailer before that when we went to go see this movie. It was also something good. It looked surprisingly good, and none of us had any idea that it would be.
I can't remember.
I can't either, but I'll look it up.
I'll think about it.
But either way, I don't know if that's actually going to come out in October, the one I was thinking of. But this might be my new Christmas favorite.
After Die Hard?
Yes. Die Hard is still my favorite Christmas movie. But this might change it. It's called Krampus. A lot of people know of the legend of Krampus. When I knew about it beforehand, this movie looks like it's going to do a cool twist take on it. But what I knew about Krampus was that if you weren't a good boy, he would come in and eat your toes.
Yes.
Which was so weird. But, fuck it, whatever. But this one looks like he's kind of just punishing.
What if he does this in a movie? What if he...
Eats the toes?
Yeah, what if he bites someone's toes off?
It's going to be the bald guy, then.
Just to be an asshole.
Because it'd be funny to just hear him go, oh my god, my toes! Oh, Jesus.
Ron, help!
Now, I mean... there's a lot. You could just watch the trailer, obviously, but there's one thing I want to mention about this that I said I was going to mention. Why this movie looks so interesting to me is that everything is modern. Like, it's a normal house. It's probably 2015 in that setting.
I like to believe so.
Maybe even a little more in the future, but just slightly.
Except it always uses... It's using that Christmas song that's in every Christmas movie.
Yeah,
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
But face it, Derek, that song puts you immediately in Christmas. You see that and like a turkey, you're blank slate, rewired, and then it switches on you to Krampus, and then you're like, crap, this is a perfect hook, Derek. Don't give me the Home Alone face.
I'm ready for that movie.
But what I was gonna say was that all of Krampus's things, though, look super ancient, like old school. I'm talking like 1300s. Even that like meat hook that comes down in the chimney. Mm-hmm. And I say that because they didn't go overboard on like dark themes. They didn't make it just like look like a mangled mess. But they also didn't modernize it.
It doesn't have giblets hanging from it or anything.
Yeah, and they also didn't make it like a modern meat hook. Have you noticed that in every Christmas movie, they always make Santa like his workshop and shit a little modern? A little more modern than it should be. Mm-hmm. Like the Santa Claus, his space it's a spaceship.
And an elf.
Yeah, Elf too. Elf is a great example of that, because, I don't know, Santa just walks around like he's a businessman, and I don't know, it's just very strange. It just looks too polished, not really like an old magical man.
What I want is Santa to be a fat Merlin. Can we just have that?
Yeah, kind of like that. Maybe his clothes look very shittily made, but like highest quality at the time in 1514. You know what I mean? Something. Give me something. Throw
the
me
best a man could get.
Yeah. Santa's warehouse. You're going to love the way you look.
Ho, ho, ho.
Guarantee it. That's so stupid.
Anyway. But what's not stupid is fucking Krampus, man.
Man, it looks so good.
I was telling you before we started recording, or it's in the beginning of our little thing, like when we sat down. But what I'm excited about is that that shit looks so disarmingly like what you were saying. Everything else is modern, but that looks whatever. But it's also like kind of childishly scary. It's stuff that as a kid you're like, this is creepy, but it's treated so seriously, like from adults' perspective. Like, how can we take this and just only change the tone?
That's what sells it, man. Have you noticed how that's going the opposite direction with like zombie movies? That's the first thing I thought of. They don't treat zombies like a real threat anymore. They're just things to shoot at.
Yep.
They're just in the way, almost.
All zombie movies are basically, we need to get guns.
Or we need to go here.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's basically The Hobbit.
What else are you going to do, though? I want to see a zombie movie where, like, they're just trying to defend a place or something. No, they already did that. That's the first fucking zombie movie, like, ever, almost.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, pretty much. They
tried the first good one.
Yeah, I'd say. They were, like, battening down the hatches, you know?
Yeah.
That one's cool, man. They all come out in the suits.
That one was neat because it had a black main hero.
Yeah, especially for the time that movie was made.
64, I think.
But to be fair, he gets shot in the head.
That's the worst. But that shows, like, a message from then. It was like, please give us our rights.
Yeah.
We're people, too.
It'd be really funny. Really funny if, like, in the theater, everyone's like, oh, man, he didn't get eaten. All of a sudden, pow, woohoo! All the white folks are cheering, throwing their cowboy hats in the ceiling of the movie theater.
That's the worst.
Dadgum, Scooter.
We went from Christmas to racism. How do you do that?
Speaking of racism, whenever I look at a photo of Donald Trump, I always, like, show Jesse, and I say, look, it's our president. I'm just getting myself ready, okay? If I don't prepare now, I'm not going to be prepared if it happens.
I saw a thing online about The Simpsons where they had him running for president back in the year 2000.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so weird. I believe it, though. What was that one movie where it was like Keanu Reeves was our president? I can't remember.
Keanu Reeves as our president?
Someone was our president. It was so stupid.
In Pixels, Kevin James is the president.
Yeah, but it's not actually Kevin James.
Well, it's not like the actor playing himself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's still Kevin James.
And he's supposed to be like a doofus, right?
Yeah, because it's an Adam Sandler flick. Everyone's a doofus.
And the president was an professional video gamer. That's just so weird, man.
I just don't understand.
I love how movies interpret the future. I love it. Like in Click, they assume that Britney Spears is having her like 30th baby or something.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson is going back to jail or something, but he was like dead 7 years before that scene in Click.
Yeah.
So weird.
That's why it was so shocking to everybody. They expected him to live and fulfill that destiny and Click.
Yeah, they're just like, Michael, you're supposed to touch more children. And he's like, no, my time is not now. I'm not ready. Y'all ignorant.
That's what's great, like with Futurama. Suicide booths were invented, according to Futurama, in the year 2008.
They thought that was like the distant future, man.
Yeah.
But you know what I don't get? If you watch like, like when in the first episode of Fry Gets Frozen, it has like the fast forward basically of like history, you know? And at one point, like, aliens keep wiping it out. How do they keep a track of things as far back as 2008? They hardly know about Fry's culture. So this shit's all over the place.
There's a parking meter or whatever, like, don't park here, limit, like, 2-hour parking. And they're like, what's this mean, Fry? And Fry goes, I asked a cop once, and he said, up yours, kid.
Like, he should know what that is, but he doesn't. Yeah. It's so funny.
Or like in the pizzeria, they think that the thing to lift the pizzas off the grill was used to discipline delivery boys.
That was so funny.
And he's like, it was also used for more things than beating my ass. It was used to kill rats in the back.
It's so bad.
And they're like, I'll have you know, sir, I've studied history from the 2000s, and this is what it was used for.
It's so ridiculous.
She's like, God damn it.
I love how... Oh, I lost my train of thought. What did you mention before Fry...
Suicide booths. 2008.
Oh, yeah, I remember what I was going to say.
Jason was also frozen in that year, according to Jason X.
Yeah. But one more thing I want to add before we move on from that is that that show kept like trying to keep up with what we're doing now. So they had like the iPhone that was like literally an eye.
Yeah.
But ironically, I think the iPhone fad is dying already.
Yeah.
More and more people are talking shit about iPhones. People that have iPhones now literally don't know why they have an iPhone. They just say, it's an iPhone. That's it. That's how you know who's extremely jaded now. Like, I'm not going to point out a few people, but some people are like, why are you bagging on my iPhone? And it's like, if you don't know, why do you have it? Anyway.
So 3 words can perfectly summarize up this movie. as far as I'm concerned. The Green Inferno.
Oh, by the way, that's what we watched.
Yeah. 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, we had to have a little shoot the shit. So the movie
we had to tell them about Krampus.
Yes, of
just
course.
to get them in the mood. Like, I can't wait for December now.
They got to get excited like we do. We just watch the trailer. You'll see it if you watch any movie coming up. But yeah, we watched The Green Inferno, which just came out.
Eli Roth's new flick.
And a lot of advertisement for this, actually. A lot of people knew about it. You know? A lot of people said you'll leave the theater, like, disturbed. I was, honestly.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 of us were. Jesse was just horrified.
Jesse literally cried.
I saw that.
I thought I was going to throw up at one point.
Wow.
Yeah. But we'll get into that, Derek. What are the 3 words you have to say?
Fuck Eli Roth.
Well, okay. Sure, why not? The movie did its job.
It did its job, but it was such a shallow way of doing it.
It was effective. I will admit, I've never seen a scenario like that, being trapped and then, in the jungle like
just
that.
systematically fucked like that.
Very
fucked up,
way.
I'll say.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I've seen torture porn before, but I've never seen it in the wilderness,
Not in South America, you haven't.
Yeah, and this is funny, because I'm going to Peru next year in the summer, and that's where this movie takes place.
Was it in Peru?
Mm-hmm. In deep within the Amazon parts of Peru.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm not going there, though. I'm going to Lima. That's the capital city. I'm going to go to places.
You're not going to fuck around.
Yeah, I know. But it was very scary how when they were in the town, in there, it actually looked a lot like my mother's town.
Oh.
But obviously a little shittier,
I wonder how your mom would take watching this movie.
I think she would love it, because she likes the Saw movies and stuff. Don't know why.
What the fuck?
I don't know why. You didn't know that, Derek?
No. I know she enjoyed The Conjuring when you told me about that.
She likes all scary movies, dude. She watched fucking Sharknado and thought it was amazing.
But she's like so nice and chipper all the time. Is that her way of purging?
I guess. She needs to purge, Derek.
Yeah.
She watched The Purge. She didn't like it.
Like, if she didn't watch all these scary movies, she'd just be another asshole like the rest of us.
I don't know. No, my mom holds her, like, breath and all the time. And she's always like, oh my god. So, I guess she just likes to get offended. I don't really know. Maybe that's why she lets me talk to her, like, the way I do. Just going up to my mom and just like, what's up, nigga? And she's like, Cody, you can't say that. And I have, like, guests, and I'm just like, yeah, I can. I just did.
Make me a sandwich, bitch.
Yeah. She does the thing where she, like, puts her hands on her hips, she cocks her head to the side, and she's still smiling, and she's just like, Cody, you can't say that to your mother. And I'm like, you like it. You think it's funny, too. And my mom's like, yeah, but that's not the point. Either way. This movie. So, Green Inferno.
This movie was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
And I looked up the reason why that same night we came out watching
I wish it did, Derek, because that means I wouldn't have had to see it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I was saying that to the girls that we took also, or that I took, my 2 sisters' audience, and they didn't like it either.
Yeah. Did they say anything about why they didn't like it?
Alexis just doesn't like gore, but she likes the Saw movies.
What the fuck? Was she just dead silent about it, though?
No, I was like, so what'd you girls think? And they're like, fucking hated it.
Really? That's horrible.
Well, Alexis was like, I hated it. I don't do gore.
Did they watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
They didn't, like, cover their eyes or anything?
Well, I don't know. They were up in the corner.
Oh, that's right. They were probably holding each other crying. Jesse was literally, like, crying. Literally crying.
Dude, I could see that, like, at one point. I didn't see her, like, crying, like, in the act of it. But when I looked over at one point to just be like, are you okay? You need to be cool.
She didn't she didn't even watch, like, half of it.
There was, like, I could see there was wetness right there. And I was just like, holy shit,
and
this is hardcore.
Wetness is the essence of moisture?
Sure.
Is that what it is?
I didn't know where you were going with that.
No, wetness is the essence of beauty. That's what it is.
You watch your mouth.
I can't remember, dudes. I haven't seen Zoolander in a while.
Oh, okay.
But, no, yeah, it was really sad. And to imagine if she actually saw the bits I did, because we mentioned at one point there was like an eye gouging, and she was like, oh my god, they did that? And then we're just like, no. Nothing happened. Well, don't watch it.
He was just being a drama queen.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was supposed to come out last year on September 5th. Some company went under just as they were going to distribute it. So then it had to be distributed through Blumhouse Tilt, which I'd never heard of before. So I think they just might have created like an offshoot just to be like, all right, well, we don't really want to release this, but it's Eli Roth. We have to listen.
That's probably true, man, because I'm surprised Blumhouse didn't throw the shit all over this. I was very surprised when I saw Blumhouse, actually. You didn't tell me this was a Blumhouse movie.
I didn't know.
So when I saw the B and H, I was like, oh, what the fuck? This is weird, but they didn't do the full-on intro they usually do, you know?
Yeah. Well, because it's their tilt.
Which means tilt your head away from the theater.
Yeah.
And keep walking, bitch. Anyway, should I give a really quick synopsis of this movie? Like plot? Because I don't want to talk about it from beginning to end. I want to just talk specifics about it.
Yeah.
But they got to know.
Because I don't want to talk about the whole thing either.
No. It's very long, actually.
The movie's about Justine,
girl.
Played by, I can't remember her name, Gabriella Izzo or something.
Cares?
She's going to be in another Eli Roth film this year called Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. She's basically a feminist without, like, the asshole qualities.
Yeah.
So
she's just a feminist without the Tumblr sense.
Yeah. And now you might be like, well, Cody, what the hell does that mean? And I guess
she's against how other countries, other cultures treat their women.
And I am too, but at the same time she seems really self-righteous about it. She raised her hand in the middle of her anthropology class, I believe.
And was like, why aren't we doing anything?
Yeah, and she's like, no, remember what she said? She was literally that person everyone hates in class. She didn't say, oh my gosh, why are we doing anything about the female genital mutilation over in other countries? She said this. She raised her hand and was like, oh my gosh, why aren't we doing anything about it? My dad works for United Nations. He could probably do something about it. And it's like,
this bitch.
It's like, fuck you, I don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. The teacher was like, fuck you.
Yeah. She comes across she hears of this group that's like, no deforestation.
Yeah, they're pretty much...
Save the trees, save the bees.
And they're having like a hunger strike on campus, which is so retarded.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Just save the Amazon.
Nobody cares if you're starving yourself.
Yeah.
People do it all the time. We call them models. Not so much anymore because we're starting to accept plus size, and that's just A-okay.
Yeah, except like, curvy women are alright, but I mean like fat people.
No, yeah, curvy women are just great.
Oh, snap. Okay, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I saw this one sign that was, this one like doctored image on Facebook that was so funny. It had this, I'm not going to even say slightly overweight or overweight. She was huge, man. This fat chick. And she's sitting on her bed like naked, but she's covering her parts with this sign. And you can tell they erased it and they wrote something else. And it said, working out and diet and exercise are too hard, so I made this sign to tell you that fat is beautiful.
Captain Spaulding's shirt from Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Pigs is beautiful.
Yeah.
And he even says, I prefer them with meat on them,
I do too.
The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a line,
Yes.
Between, like, getting in bed with it and hunting it for sport. I mean, when you stop calling her woman and start calling her mammal, then you have to be concerned.
Oh, my cheeks.
Why?
That's too good. Justine tries to join this group, led by this pretentious asshole named Alejandro.
Yeah.
They decide he wants to lead this group into the Amazon.
He wants to go right where it's happening.
And stop these construction workers with this plan, get them on tape, and bring awareness to it so that they'll be forced to stop. Here's why I say that's bullshit.
Why?
If money's on the line, I don't care if anybody's filming me while I'm doing my job. I'm going to keep doing my fucking job.
Yeah. But the problem there was the security forces that worked with the construction workers.
Oh, the
guards.
The guys with the guns and shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's only because they were about to shoot those other guys.
Yeah, the lumberjacks, like, they had to stop because they would, hurt somebody or kill somebody. But that's what the guards are there for. So is that what you mean, though? Like, that wouldn't stop you?
Yeah. Like if somebody were to chain themselves to a tree right in front of me while I'm trying to work, I would just cut right above them, and then once they're done playing their stupid fucking game, I'd come back later and cut down the rest of the tree.
You know what would be fucking hilarious? You just, like, cut around them and just keep going, and just leave one patch uncut, and that's where they tied themselves up.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking fun. They're like, wait, come back. We can't get out. And they're just
and with how good mechanics are anymore, I'm sure they got stuff that can cut through chains.
Oh, yeah, dude. They have bolt cutters.
So they'll just... All right, see you later, you
It's
punk
Peru,
kid.
dude. Like, everyone has a bolt cutter.
Just ridiculous. So,
but it's about them, like, showing that they are protesting and, like, streaming it live on YouTube or whatever. So.
Or Twitter or something like that. They even say at one point, we're trending, guys.
Yeah.
So that ends up successful because Justine, as you mentioned, has a father in the UN. So Alejandro's just like, no, you can't kill her because she's UN related. And then they're like, fuck. Yeah. All right, you fucking bastards.
So they think they succeed. They get into a plane, basically.
And try to head back home, but the plane the plane fucking goes down.
Yeah, it crashes.
And this is where shit gets intense.
Yeah, and then at this point, they get pretty much captured by the local tribes that they were trying to save from the deforestation. And that's where it's like, oh shit.
Half of them die right off the bat
from
the crash.
The plane crash. We'll talk about that. But, like, yeah, I mean, they basically get killed off by the people they were trying to save. And you could argue that's because... They said it was because they look like the enemy, because they were dressed like them to
infiltrate the construction site.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think so. I feel like the way he wrote those, like, those tribes people, like... They would have done that to anybody.
Yeah.
And that's also...
They probably do that to themselves.
Yeah.
That's what really hurts.
Yeah. But that's what's really fucking stupid about this, because they don't do that, you know?
If only somebody spoke their language.
They probably do speak Spanish. They are not that far away from civilization.
Yeah.
They took a plane there because there's no other way. Fuck them. It's so stupid. Fuck it. It's seriously, they had construction workers digging into their territory, you know? It's not like they went through like over 50 miles of fucking forest.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They were right there on the edge of town. They would have had interactions with the locals.
Throw a rock, you could have hit some kind of...
Yeah. Some weird tribes. Now, I don't remember what the name of the tribe was, but who cares, honestly? They're...
Savages.
Yeah, they're basically savages. Like, in the worst way possible.
Yeah, the next hour is just filled with just one person to the next getting gruesomely killed in totally different ways, even though we all thought that it was supposed to be ritualistic. At least the first one looks ritualistic, but then everything else just kind of seems nutty.
Now, let's talk about that first.
We can't keep killing everybody the same way. That's boring for a movie.
Let's talk about that first. You mentioned how Eli Roth seems almost xenophobic with everything.
Yeah, I said that right after the theater, and I will explain here for you guys. Cabin fever takes place in the woods. It's a flesh-eating disease. That's fine. But who are the first people to get it? And who bites somebody else just out of nowhere? Hicks. So that's against people of the South or just people outside of city limits.
It's kind of true.
Then it goes to hostile.
Europeans.
Everybody in Europe is trying to kill you for money. Or they pay to kill, especially Americans.
Like, why?
Especially Americans.
Like, why couldn't that happen here, you know?
And then, finally with this one, we go even farther, but yet still connected to America, because it's South America.
Yeah.
Savages, even farther out from what we consider the norm.
Yeah.
From Hicks but still American, to Europeans, now to not even remotely English-speaking people.
Yeah. And the reason we're calling them savages is because this is not a native tribe that would deserve any respect.
Yeah. Cannibals.
Cannibals are terrible.
The only respectable cannibal I know is Hannibal the Cannibal.
Yeah. Well, there are some,
and even then, he's a prick.
There are, like, African tribes that, like, perform cannibalism, but it's rare, you know?
They only do it in dire consequences.
Yeah, it's dire. It's usually an enemy that has already died in battle.
Yes.
They don't kidnap anyone and then kill them. They don't torture them. That's just how it works.
They just kill them.
And now, let me talk about some other stuff. Like, this tribe that's purportedly in Peru, there was never anything like that, ever. Yeah, there might have been some headhunting and maybe cannibalism, but I've never heard of any case where they, like, torture them like this, or do anything this fucking wacky, you know? And if you're thinking, oh, well, didn't they do the thing with the
ziggurats?
Yeah, ziggurats. Yeah, those people in the ziggurats, aren't they, like, you know, stabbing them, they open their heart and ripping it out? Those weren't Incans. Those were Mayans. That was Mexico.
And Aztecs.
Yeah, in Mexico, you know? So Peru is pretty distant from that stuff. I mean, there are all a bunch of llama jockeys over there. I would know. My mother's from Peru, you know? I just don't get it. And even those people that like died like that, they wanted to be sacrificed. They were like the chosen ones.
They were dying for their gods.
Yeah, they were getting thrown up into the heavens with them. Like that's what they raised the heart.
Valhalla.
Yeah, basically.
Leafy and green.
But these people are just fucking monsters, honestly.
Ridiculous.
You can't like have cannibalism around kids and expect it to be okay. That's why I don't feel like it works in that tribe either.
Let's quickly go through each death.
Sure, why not?
In this movie, since they're all going out of their way so hard to be creative.
Because that's what matters in this movie is the deaths of the characters.
It's honestly all spectacle. Just like any other Eli Roth film, you don't watch Hostel for the story. You watch it for the gruesome ways people die.
And if you're really watching a movie because you want to see people get tortured, you're kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's fucked up.
In the head, son.
It's torture porn.
And let me tell you, I've seen enough scary movies to know the difference between a scary movie and just a horror show.
Just trying to shock you. Just trying to see how bloody and
this is definitely the latter. So the very first death is when they first get brought to the camp. This big fat man, I can't remember his name, but he's in love. He totally likes Justine.
Yeah. And that's a shame, because I wanted him to be like the only survivor.
Yeah. I was hoping for that too. That's probably why he did it, because Eli Roth just fucks with you.
Yeah.
He's all disoriented from the crash, so then they give him this soup, and I was like, okay, they're gonna heal him before any spooky shit happens. Yeah. And then they take him, lay him on a rock bed, and I was like, oh shit, here it comes. And I looked over at you and Jesse, and I was just like, oh boy. And he gets dismembered in all the ways you can think of. Like, first his eyes go.
Well, it was actually first something in his mouth. I don't
his
know
tongue.
No, they cut his tongue off like last on his face. I think she ripped out his, she ripped something out. I have no idea what it was.
Oh, no. This main witch doctor, this female witch doctor, or priestess, whatever, comes over, eats the 2 eyeballs she plucks out of his face and his tongue.
Yeah.
Right in front of everybody. And right here is where it went from oh, people are dying to, oh my god, and this is where the movie lost Jesse.
Yeah. She could not even watch anything. I'm so glad she didn't watch, his limbs getting hacked off.
Yeah.
That would traumatize her, man.
Which reminded me of when I was 12 and I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Ugh. Probably
this was worse, but
that
already traumatized me. I'm past the point of shock and awe at this point.
Yeah.
And the other cannibal movie I've seen, which I'll talk about later. But like you said, they take his legs off from joint to joint, basically. His arms, all while he's still alive, and then finally hack his head off.
Well, they start with his arms, actually.
Ridiculous.
But it's weird. It's like this weird bone, axe.
I think it's...
And just chopping into his arms.
I think it might have been maybe like a thigh bone.
Yeah.
Or a hip bone.
It really was.
Or a horse jaw.
Something like that.
Because ancient people use that shit.
It was something like that. But that's what's fucking ridiculous. It's so horrifying to watch, but if you think about it, they make it horrifying. If you were watching from their perspective, it'd still be horrifying, but at the same time, it wouldn't be so noisy, it wouldn't be so up close, it wouldn't be so bloody, you know? Did you notice the sound effects in it? When they were hacking in his arms, it was you know? Dude, it would probably be pretty silent, honestly.
Just a thud, if anything.
Not to mention, he would either go into shock and go unconscious for the rest of his death, or die way before they did anything else to him. Because they hacked off all of his limbs, and he was still screaming. And it's what? What is happening?
They had to have done all that pretty damn quick for him to still be screaming.
And they didn't, because they dragged it out. And then you realize, oh my gosh, these people are monsters. But then it's wait a minute. This is supposed to be a ritual. This is supposed to be eating too. Why are they doing that? They're probably ruining a lot of the meat like that anyway. Yeah.
Just one bastard Alejandro's just well, hopefully they won't kill us until they've eaten him. They'll survive for a week.
Yeah, he was big enough, and everyone's like, "Fuck you, asshole! I don't even know you anymore."
Yeah, asshole. Yeah. So then, next death, this redheaded lesbian. She makes a run for it. At one point, escapes, or so we think.
Oh, that's one of the more fucked up scenes. Actually, I do want to mention how when they cook the fat guy, and the people in the cage, I can smell my friend cooking. Oh my god,
yeah.
That is pretty fucking horrifying. That's the only scary parts were outside of the torture, because if you think about it, it's disgusting to watch, and you should be disgusted. It's human nature to be disgusted by that stuff, unless you're a psychopath. But if you think about if you were in that position, you'd be absolutely horrified to be killed, But when you're being killed, it's just painful.
Yeah.
There's a difference between... That's the line between horror and gore, you know? It's like if I got my arm chopped off, ow! You know, but I don't go, I'm so scared, my arm is chopped off. I'm in fucking...
pain.
I'm in survival mode now. I'm just like, my arm is gone, you know?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit anymore. I just want my arm back. It's
ridiculous.
So weird. But anyway, the next death of the redhead.
The lesbian who runs off.
She manages to get out for a little bit.
Jumps in a boat, and then it cuts to black. And we're like, oh, she might have gotten away. And everybody's like, we haven't heard anything about her. And we're like, okay. And the people come over and feed them. And it turns out that it's her.
They gave her the leftover. They gave him the leftover fat from her body.
Yeah, and the one girl that was kind of into her or whatever.
Yeah.
The only other girl outside of
too.
Justine, the vegan, like at the end, like she sucks down the bowl of slop, and then at the end sees blood, and she goes, "The fuck?" Looks around, and there's like pieces of skin that they're.
Well, no, do you know she saw a tattoo on the bottom?
Yeah,
yeah,
because the girl's covered in tattoos. So then she looks around, and the kids are playing with patches of skin covered in tattoos, which are the lesbians' tattoos.
Yeah, they're just like wearing it.
So then, which leads right into the next death. That girl realizes, fuck this shit, smashes her bowl into like this one big shard, and then just herself. She commits seppuku.
Now this woman is the biggest hero in this, because not only did she like realize how horrible it was that she ate her friend, but like she also prolongs the lifespan of everyone else in the cages because they pretty much take her body next.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, just a lot of like, I don't know, it's just like she died a hero. And also she's
a real hero in this movie.
Yeah, she didn't die painfully, you know, made it fast.
Maybe for a second she was like, ow.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at that point you're just so angry and just horrified, you know.
From the promotional photos of this movie before this year, I thought she was going to be the main character, because it only showed her ever. So I was like, that's beside the point. Before they come and take the body, one dude who's the little boy from the Spy Kids movies.
Which is really funny.
Yeah, which I told you two about later on.
Yeah.
He decides to stuff his Peruvian weed
into her body.
Her body.
And they get super high.
Yeah, everybody in the tribe gets super high as a kite.
And that's another time they try to escape. Well, they do manage to escape.
They all escape except for Alejandro.
And the ginger kid.
And Spy Kid.
Yeah. So just Baldy and main character girl leave.
Yeah, they get out, they book it, and finally the Spy Kid, does he get out also, or does he wake up outside of the cage?
He wakes up outside and they're all high and they're just staring at him.
And they start trying to bite his hands.
And he's like, oh no, they have the munchies, and they literally chase him down the hill and eat him alive.
Yeah, like something you'd see in a zombie movie.
The thing is that whenever I watch a zombie movie, I didn't realize the circumstance as well as in this movie.
Not until you realize that they're living beings eating another living being.
Maybe that's why.
Not
maybe if
dead
it was monsters eating them. But also, this movie also goes to extremes to make it look fucking nasty.
Who's the real monster here?
There's a part where they're like pulling like a tendon or something and like snaps off of his body.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, come on now. People don't even have bits like that, do they? Fuck it, man.
I wouldn't know, man. I'm not a scholar.
Haven't eaten anybody in a while. I have no idea. Ah, fuck it. And Baldy and Woman, they have a little adventure running away. Then they find the plane crash.
And everybody else who died then is on pikes, impaled.
Yeah.
And
it's like a warning sign almost.
They get captured, brought back to the camp, and Baldy gets strapped up to a pole.
Yeah.
And they put some green crap on him.
Manure or something.
And ants crawl up and just start eating him alive.
Well, just really fucking him up. But before they put that on him, they literally beat him with the thigh. They're breaking all of his bones.
Like in Misery.
Yeah.
When she hobs James Caan.
Yeah. The main evil guy. I don't fucking know, man. The main, like...
I call him Papaya.
The executioner guys. Whatever. Yeah.
Because when Justine first wakes up on the boat, the dude with the black all over except for his yellow face, he turns around and says something, but it sounds a lot like Papaya.
That's true.
It's hilariously stupid
and
racist of me to think so, but...
No, it makes... Papayas are native,
But anyway, he's King Papaya.
Yeah, and he just breaks all of his bones, and then at that point you realize, are they actually going to eat this guy? Or are they just torturing him now? Like, what? Make up your fucking mind, tribe. And that's when I realized, that was the moment I realized that this movie is not about, like, showing you about, like, a group of cannibals. It's just a bunch of fucked up people. They're just trying to scare us now.
Yeah, or just disturb you.
And I mean, like, you gotta tread that line of, like, reality pretty lightly. But I can just bring up so many things about this to distance myself from the reality of this movie to what is real, you know? I don't know, I shouldn't make that gap so big. But, you know, you can. They fail on so many levels here.
Yeah. One other thing that happens in this movie is that they're trying to do the genital mutilation to Justine.
Yeah.
Because they discover she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which is like, I don't...
They try to do it several times, and in totally different ways.
Like, I don't even think that they were fucking... I think they're still gonna eat her, probably. What are they doing, you know?
Maybe.
They're gonna add her to the tribe?
What are they doing? They're fucking with her at this point.
Yeah, why?
Maybe they're gonna add her to the tribe. That's so weird.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
It's just fucking stupid.
She serves no purpose. Maybe it's because she looks a lot like she's related to them.
I guess. They all have fucking bowl cuts.
That's the real horror in this movie.
That's how the Incans looked.
Is all the men have bowl cuts, and it's just bad.
Pretty bad.
It's just terrible. It's worse than taking 40 cakes, man.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no more rituals after the first one.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
That was just to get you hooked in, but as I told you, I think they should have saved that as one of the last deaths. That should have been the one that they do to the guy for running away.
Oh, I guess so.
Not just leave him to be eaten by ants.
Well, that's just
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's just, that's just so much stuff that doesn't make any sense. But like I said, you know, it's just trying to see what they can get away with. I think they went too far.
Yeah.
In all kinds of different ways.
It got silly to me.
Yeah.
They went so far, it horrified, it disgusted you, it horrified Jesse, but it just made me go, this is just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, okay, like, if you're going to have, like, that much gore, put some good context behind it. Don't just make this, you know.
Yeah.
But either way, she is about to get her clitoris cut off or something. And, well, definitely not something.
I don't mean to laugh at that, but it's just so silly.
I get that they're doing it to her, of all people.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, and then they hear gunfire, and it's like, oh shit, the cavalry has arrived. Because they found out they actually didn't stop anything at all.
Yeah, Alejandro just pulled that act just to get...
some real change to happen or
just to
shit.
get those construction workers to stop so that his buddy Carlos could get his construction company in and make the money instead.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking
what
horrible.
A prick.
And but then he also tries to play it off by saying, well, now that we have their attention, we can get some real change happening, you know? And it's like, fuck you, man. But anyway, the point is that
he's the real monster here.
Yeah, they said that they were going to pick up where they left off in about like a few days. So it's a matter of surviving until then. So that's what he's doing the whole time. He's just sitting there waiting in the cage, you know?
Yeah.
But either way, gunfire, it sounds like they're here, you know? And then the little boy that she's been like enticing with this little whistle she has around her neck, the main character, he frees her, and she's like, oh shit. So now she starts, you know, escaping, and she gets into the firefight, and then she comes out, and she's like, camera, and she holds out one of their shitty cell phones, pretending it's filming.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's her. Let's get her out of here.
Yeah, and she's like, Filmo, camera. And then the security forces are just like, ah, shit, we can't be shooting these natives. They're recording us. And she's like, oh shit, they're walking over here. And she just throws them on the ground, which is really smart, because now they can't tell if she was actually filming anything.
Yep. She gets back to America, returns to college, tells her dad...
This is the part that made me fucking want to kill something.
She tells her dad and a bunch of his buddies that the tribe took care of her the whole time. Everybody else died in the crash.
Yeah.
And this is all basically just to make sure that her friends didn't die for no good reason.
I guess.
I even looked that up on the Wikipedia
really?
Just last night, and that's the whole reason. That's the reason they say she did it.
Okay, but think about this. What is she really saving?
Nothing. She's saving a cannibalistic tribe.
There is no culture there, though. Exactly. If you look around, there is no culture. There are just houses and crazy people.
Red-covered brown people.
They have no scripture. They have no, like, interesting religion or any pertinence to that area. They're just bunch of...
Nothing that was revealed to us, anyway.
They're just a bunch of fucking sick bastards, uncivilized people. And in the worst way possible. Because if you look at, like, the Native American tribes that we have, there was so much to, like, learn from them, you know?
Yeah.
And we did. At the very least, we did learn something from them. These people...
Love the land.
I can't... these tribesmen in this fucking Amazon, they're just a bunch of... They're waste. I wanted all of them to get mowed down by those machine guns.
Ridiculous. Oh, and right at the end, there was a bit that I just now realized is sequel bait.
Really? Do you really think so?
I think so, because it serves no other purpose in the movie than like a quick, oh, gotcha, which would only get payoff if there's a sequel.
I guess.
Alejandro's sister contacts Justine and goes, I got a satellite image of where you all were, and I can see somebody that looks just like my brother. We need to talk. Mm-hmm. And then it goes back to the credits. Now it's just like...
Well, what kind of sequel would that set up?
I don't know, but I looked it up. There's supposedly one in the works.
What is it going to be about?
I don't fucking know.
Is she going to go to the Amazon again and get tortured again?
I hope to God not.
Stupid.
Go there once, shame on them. Get tortured twice, shame on her.
That's kind of how you know it's a bad movie, if you can't make even a cheap rip-off sequel.
Yep.
You know? What the fuck are you going to do?
Unless Alejandro's sister goes this time.
Oh, fuck it. I'm not watching that shit.
I wouldn't want to either. So, bad parts, good parts.
No, man.
You know, I've had my few.
Well, let's... I want to mention right now before I forget, because I want to kind of go through the bits in this movie that I didn't like with you. We'll just take a little journey. Think about what she just experienced. A living hell. Mm-hmm. She's probably like 21, 22, 20 years old or something like that.
At least 18 or 19.
Yeah.
At the least. Because she's in college.
Yeah.
She's a freshman.
She's a freshman. And I'm assuming she has great grades. So she's probably 19. She probably just got out of high school.
Yeah.
A living hell, all this stuff, barely makes it out alive. She's traumatized. And then she says, she's a 19-year-old girl. And then she's like, yeah, save the rainforest. Save those people still.
Save the bees.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'd be like, to hell with that.
Yeah, I would say
Scorched earth policy, motherfucker.
Yeah, I would say it sucks the Amazon's getting cut down, but can you cut them in half? I mean...
Yeah. Maybe you can make bread out of their bones. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit if they were there first, man. You just don't do that to people. That's inhumane.
Yeah.
In the benefit of humanity, don't have people like that out there, and don't let them think that's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
we're all entitled to our beliefs, but fuck that shit. Yeah. I ain't having that shit.
You gotta draw the line. I mean, you might say, like, hey, that's their culture. They've done that for thousands of years.
Fuck Time them. For a change.
1,000 years ago, I'd say fuck them. 1,000 years later, I'd say fuck them. I would say fuck them.
Fuck them right up their ass.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong with them. They're wrong.
Yep.
And I don't even want to change them. That's how bad it was. I would just waste them all, man.
Yeah.
When they were running through with the machine guns, I was like, I looked at that one guy that was the quote-unquote asshole in the beginning.
Yeah.
I fucking love that guy.
He's a saint.
I wanted him to just, like, fucking snipe them all. Just, like, they take her away, and they're just fucking tear gassing them still.
I thought they were going to pull a Chernobyl Diaries and shoot her, thinking she's a savage as well.
Oh, that would have been fine. I would have been fine with that as long as they waste everyone else.
Like, I totally thought that, because she's painted up all white. I think if they had painted her red, like everyone else, she totally would have been gunned down.
Oh, yeah.
Just the same.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, wait, why didn't she, like, look for her, like, high-vis, like, suit? She could have worn that and ran in there. And she could have said, help, I'm American, and then wash her face off in that river she ran through.
She was kind of washed off in the face just because of sweat, I guess. And tears.
But then let's keep going through some of the shitty moments in this.
There's a guy, like, when they first wreck, walking around. This bothered me because of continuity issue as well. Yeah. They're walking around like, what's going on? And this dude walks right into the fucking propeller. Yeah. It's barely moving, but I guess it's moving just fast enough to clip him in the head and kill him instantly. Yeah. But then in the very next shot, even though the next shot is just a second after that one, right as soon as he hits the ground, propeller's dead stop.
Yeah, they're not moving anymore.
But it was still moving when it hit him.
Yeah.
And it couldn't have stopped dead.
You can even hear the consistency.
Hitting him.
It was like woof, 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 woof. Even after hitting him, it was woof, 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 woof.
But then in the next shot, static. I was just like, fuck him for dying like that. Fuck Eli Roth for making him die like that, and fuck those people for that continuity issue.
And the plane explodes too.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it would explode, but then when he got hit with the propeller, I was like, oh, that's bad enough as it is. It probably doesn't blow up. And then it does blow up anyway. And you're just like, what else could go wrong? And then a girl falls out of a tree and breaks her neck.
Yeah.
And it's like, god damn it.
And Alejandro's girlfriend gets shot in the neck with a spear or an arrow.
It was an arrow.
And then he's like, okay, I need to help you. And I was just like, she's fucking dead anyway. And then all of a sudden, this big fucking spear just right through her head.
Yeah. Or it was actually just another arrow. Yeah.
Regardless, even if it was a brick, I'd still be like, what the fuck? That's overkill.
Let me say, good aim, though. Why did they kill her and not anyone else?
Why not throw the thing at Alejandro?
I don't know.
While he's distracted.
They darted all of them to, like, put him to sleep and then capture him, except for that girl. For some reason, they hit her in the neck and the forehead. I don't know why. It's fucking stupid. But
she didn't look like good meat.
But that's just a little bit of up and comings, because earlier she was like a huge bitch. That doesn't matter if you're a bitch or not. They don't know that. Savages aren't like, in the first scene, she was an asshole.
Yeah, we got the script from Mr. Roth.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Other moments I want to talk about. The beginning, what's her name again? Elizabeth? Justine, yeah. She has a best friend that she's roomed with, who is kind of a funny, like... honestly, like, scene girl, kind of.
She's kind of like... She reminded me of Darcy from the Thor movies.
Yeah, except more, like, gothic.
Yeah, way younger and
like,
whatever.
More, like, metalhead, kind of like pot smoker.
Yeah.
She's the worst actor I've ever seen.
Yeah.
At one point, I was like, yeah, I know a few people who talk like that. But then some moments were like, holy shit, are you serious? There's a part where she says goodbye to her in the taxi, and she's like, hey, wait up. And she's like, what? And she's like, oh... nothing. Bye. And it's like,
yeah, there was
fucking serious?
Nothing. It didn't lead into anything. Like,
she was such
like
a bad
I thought
actor.
Two things. One, she might go, I'm coming with.
One of the worst actresses I've seen in a movie that's supposed to have this high quality.
And then the next thing I thought was there was gonna be some kind of thing where it would turn out she might have
feelings
for her.
Well, she's her best friend, Derek.
You know, still, like, for her to, like, go, hey, what? Nothing. It just seemed...
Well, it's just the way she said it was the shittiest acting I've ever seen. I'm serious. It was so fucking bad. I laughed.
Jesse was in love with that character.
She was a good character if she knew how to deliver her fucking lines.
I know. She looked half dead all the time.
Yeah, and I could argue, well, maybe she's high all the time, but that does not matter. I've seen high people still have emotion, goddammit.
Yeah.
And you're acting. Don't act like you are not acting. I don't understand what they're trying to go for there.
It takes a lot of skill to act like natural, man. To act like you're not acting.
Someone should tell her that. And then find someone with some more, quote-unquote, skill.
Oh, shit.
Another part of this movie that fucking bothered me, man. There's so many parts. Why does Justine still do this shit, man? Why does she do this? Because she likes Alejandro?
He's nothing to look at.
Like, I don't know. None of them wanted any part of this. They just did it anyway.
And he was a prick to her, like, in the first 5 minutes they spent together.
Yeah.
It's all ridiculous.
Yeah, like, I don't know, just from the perspective of a 19-year-old fascist-loving, daughter of a UN guy, I would probably just be like, fine, fuck you, nerd, and just leave.
There was no message in this movie either. Nothing.
I learned you don't gain anything. You just... In fact, at the end, you're just mad.
There was several moments where it sounded like they were going to make a point, but then all of a sudden we're just like, we're too cool for that.
I don't know. It replaces a story with gore, which is okay sometimes, just to like freak you out a little bit about the situation. But when that's over half the movie, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's one bit I do like, and we mentioned it. It's one of the deaths. It's when the blonde girl kills herself.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite bit in the whole movie.
Yeah, it's heroic.
Because she looks around, realizes how fucked everything is.
Yeah.
And goes, you know what? I'm taking it out. See you, suckers.
It's the most fucked up scene, I'd say, in the entire movie because it's not telling you something, it's just showing you. And also, it's emotional and it's not gory.
It's beautiful.
And in the end, you look at her as a hero. But that's just
Is that the only good part for you, too?
Was it good for you? Anyway, Derek, we're running out of time here. Best scene and worst scene, Derek.
Well, I say that was my best scene.
The bowl cutting, yeah.
Worst scene is when she has that fake dream at the end. Alejandro makes it out.
I forgot about that.
And then all of a sudden, she turns around and she has cannibal teeth, which looked fake as shit.
So weird. There's
a lot of bad scenes, which we just talked about, so I won't mention them. But the fucking fake-ass dream with the fake-ass teeth, that's my least favorite, because it's so jarring from everything else. Like, everything else was trying to be kind of entertaining and realistic, as far as Eli Roth is concerned. But then all of a sudden, just these fake teeth out of nowhere. Dude, I could have done those effects.
Way better, too.
Ridiculous.
Heck, just give us plastic vampire teeth. I would have been like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But that made me question the entire movie. Like, was that all a dream? This is fucking gay. I hate that. I hate the dream cop-out.
I thought for a second that when she woke up to those protesters downstairs about
they would be the beginning protesters.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to be a dream the whole time, and I was going to say absolutely fuck this movie.
If it did that, then fucking 0 out of 10 stars.
Yeah, instantly. So yeah, those are mine. What about yours?
My favorite scene is, I want to say, like, when they're actually going out there on the Amazon River.
Oh, just the scene.
Yeah,
the scenic
I think it's really cool because it is how Peru looks.
It's pretty.
It is Peru. It's
pretty green.
Yeah, people wearing like really cool looking like clothing, making all beads and shit. And then the culture there too is exemplified when they have to go to the bathroom and then they hand him a machete and then he's like, "What the hell is this for?" And it's like snakes. And then she's like, and this girl takes it and she's like, "I'll use it." And he's like, "What do I use?" And the guy that's driving the boat's like, and he pulls out a gun. And he's like, "Here, take this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit." You know, that's pretty funny.
Shit's fucking real.
It's either that or the bowl scene, like I said, because honestly, like, if that's what I'm going to be there to see, things like that, then that's the best one there. Mm-hmm. You know, that kind of death. And I've already told you why. My least favorite scene is the ending where she saves the natives by telling them that they helped her. Fuck her. Is she retarded? Like, I don't know.
There's a line you draw.
There's a line you draw. Is she saving the rainforest? Probably not. I don't
give a shit what this 19-year-old says.
They're just gonna cut across the fucking river.
If anything, she could have helped by speeding up the process.
She could say something about... I don't think that she could win here, you know?
Nope, it's a lose-lose situation. Everything's for naught. The world sucks, Cody.
But the worst part of it is those murderous assholes are still out there.
Yeah.
And that's what really
living
hurts.
right as rain.
But down.
Yeah.
Derek.
Spooks.
Out of 10, what are yours?
I give it a 3. Fuck Eli Roth, man.
Yeah.
Fuck him. His highlight was being the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards, and even then, I did not like him.
Yeah, he wasn't... I thought it was... When I was watching Inglourious Bastards...
He holds himself like a fucking snob all the time.
I expected him to walk out like a badass, but he was just this fucking Jewish guy.
Yeah. Like, I read this thing where he was defending himself against being called exploitative.
Exploitative or whatever?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And he's like, "Oh, whatever, if you're looking into it like that, just something stupid." He was defending himself in the worst way possible.
It's kind of like how Shyamalan defends himself against the Avatar movies.
Probably.
Even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, even worse, just because he's like, "Well, you can't say I'm being exploitative because I'm not being that. So whatever you're taking out of it is your own fault." That's basically what he said.
What they're taking out is what he put in. What an asshole.
But he's like one of those people that just thinks anything hated is good for some reason. Like Mother's Day, I saw. Fucking horrible movie, but he's like, it's my favorite scary movie. Because it's garbage and so are yours.
Oh, maybe that's why his sucks so much.
And then fucking when Devil's Due came out last year, that's a terrible found footage film, and everybody kept comparing it to Rosemary's Baby. Because of the same plot.
Fuck them. Fuck that.
This movie about somebody getting knocked up with the devil.
Well, at least in Rosemary's Baby there was, like, mystery.
But he goes, fuck that comparison. Rosemary's Baby isn't like this holy grail movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He said it's not like the end-all be-all, so quit comparing it to that. And I said, well, you should stop comparing it to that, because it's nowhere as fucking good. Go back to defending your own garbage movies, you fucking asshole.
That's so bad. I mean, gosh, that movie has a lot of good stuff in it, man. Like the real, like, impact that you get when you realize everyone in there is a Satanist.
Yeah.
You're just like, damn! And they're doctors, they're, like, lawyers, and then you're just...
Everything.
Holy shit, it's crazy.
But anyway, your spooks.
I give this a 2 out of 10 spooks. And I'll tell you why why I'm giving it 2 points. I like the fat guy. He's funny, and he's realistic about how he talks to girls. And I don't know, there's a lot of charm in that. Some character interactions are good. My other point that I give it, I was horrified at some points, but that's just because...
Yeah, it tries, bless its heart.
Because it's trying to fucking make you disturbed and freak out. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I got sick watching it, which is... Yeah. Insane. I never thought, of all the shit I've seen in my life, I never thought I'd actually be disturbed by a movie.
How did it come to this?
I don't know. But disturbed is different than actually...
Entertained.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I just wanted it to stop.
I'd be just as horrified as you two were, but this movie got to me 600 movies too late.
Yeah. I would never, ever watch this movie again.
Oh, no, certainly not.
Under any context, because I know what I'm walking into now. I'm walking into a shit story, a terrible outcome, and over an hour and a half of just torture porn.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do that, I would probably not be here right now. I'd be in some German dungeon.
At least Saw and Hostel had some... Well, no, fuck Hostel. At least Saw had some kind of story to it.
For the first movies.
Even the later ones were trying to hold on to it. Trying. But at least they tried.
This one has...
This one does nothing.
Yeah, there is no story. It's just a situation, isn't it?
Nobody gains anything from this.
There's no goal other than to get out.
Yeah, nobody gains anything.
Right from the beginning, you don't want them to go. It's fucked up. God, that's so terrible.
Stupid movie. But anyway, the one other one that I was going to talk about, the other cannibal movie that I liked a lot better than this, and the reason why I kind of expected this one to be horrendous... Cannibal Holocaust. It's probably one of the best found footage films ever, and it's so fucking raw.
Yeah.
They tear apart a live turtle on screen.
Where did they film this?
Like down in South America.
Yeah, they must have had to. They had to.
But they tear apart a live turtle. There's no practical effects. It's a fucking raw turtle. They show guts and everything in it. They also have a scene where 2 tribesmen are raping a woman with a rock.
What the? Because
she tried to leave her husband or whatever.
See, that's just bad, man.
It's like, that's the kind of shit I wanted this to do. Like, if Eli Roth wanted to just like blow everyone away with shock and awe, he should have gone the whole fucking 10 yards.
Like medieval punishment, or just like really sick things,
mind disturbing shit. Like, not just like tear it apart and see how. Just have someone sit there and go, "This is fucked up, but I can't look away." But like with his movie, everybody did look away.
Because it's like, dude, this is gross, knock it off. Right?
It wasn't... It was really fucking gross, but it wasn't gross enough.
It wasn't...
At the same time.
No, I don't agree with that.
It was silly to me.
I think it was way too gross. That's why. They could have done with less gore.
It hit like a weird dip. There's a weird part in gore where you can go gory, and then you hit a certain spike where it's just too gory. But if you manage to go past that, it becomes one of the best things ever.
So what movie are we going to watch next week, though, Derek?
The Gift or Wormwood?
What's The Gift?
It's more of a psychological thriller, but it's still considered a horror film.
Well,
it's been in the theaters for a while.
If we do Wormwood, we have to make it a Netflix and Kill special.
Yes.
You know that.
Even though I have it on DVD.
That's true. Poor you.
I know.
You bastard.
I need to check Netflix more often.
I hear good things from that, though.
Yep.
Should that be the beginning of our special?
Probably.
I mean, next week is the first... Is it... Wait.
Is it... yeah, it's going to be October.
Oh my gosh, we have to.
Yep. Alright, so next week is Wormwood and some other movie for our Netflix and Kill.
Special.
We'll see you next week, whether you like it or not.
Goodbye.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Many more.
Derek, you're the hairiest man I know. It would be a nightmare for you.